Your talk, we listen on Fat Radio.
Living away from your parents. We mean when you move away from home, not when you lose a parent. When you make the choice that you want to be independent, when I have freedom.
When you tell yourself, say, you know, $10, you show me stuff they can't go against me. Oh,
yes.
I go live
have
by
my
myself.
own rules.
Pay me your rent, buy me your furniture,
Yes.
buy me your bed,
Yes.
live on me own, make me your rules. Go out when I want for go out, come na house when I want for come back na house. I mean, it all seems so fun, right?
I'm telling you.
I think that's
until the reality kicks in.
the reality kicking. That's the only part. We you know, just like when you small and you're like, oh me, I want big, and the only thing make you where you want big is because you feel so when you big, nobody tell you waiting for do, and
Yep.
that seems so like. It's so I don't know the right word for use, but it's so appealing at that
Yes.
point in time because now when they tell you say when you come out you forgot 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock you know come, you know there's a series of punishment that you have to go through, but then you see the big one and they come out and they come in and one day sit down and relax, nobody be like, oh my god, I want for big by now, and then when you big now you realize that. Even as an adult, like you get the freedom for go out, but sometimes you don't even go out
Yes.
because going out entails having a lot of money. Because even
Spending
10,000
your own money,
10,000
spending
they do
your
for transport.
savings. You know, when you're younger, you're so happy to have savings that any money they give you, you go keep it. And you
Right.
spend someone else's money when you need something.
Yeah.
Then when you're older, that doesn't work anymore.
doesn't.
You have to go back into the savings.
And it got to come and then it can be so frustrating. And now I look and I be like, can I go back?
No, you can't go back.
I need to go back, but it's too late.
It's too late. It's too late.
It's definitely
And
too late.
today we want to celebrate House Plant Appreciation Day. Today is House Plant Appreciation Day. So for some of you, we get plants now. You also we get small garden. You dey make small flower pots. Now you veranda or BNU garden. Today now House Plant Appreciation Day, and we now Radio 5 we get boku plants there. We get inside with offices there. We get one gallery. We get boku plants there, and we try to create a garden. And plants very very important to we actually. We can look down on trees and plants, but it's very very important to we health, and it help with creating oxygen which we need to breathe in. So it help for clear the air actually.
Yeah.
So it actually good for like you get small house plant. Now you
Right.
also whether now rose or then water plants the way you don't even need soil. They
think-
put the plants inside water they grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the most beautiful thing about we office, right? Oh my God, I'm sorry. I think that's the most beautiful thing about office, right? Like I feel like people let me for kind of office.
Yes, you need to
And
visit
can
us.
see how how cute it is.
Flowery,
And
planty
flowery,
it is.
No. And trust me, we oxygen all the place now with office now 110%.
I'm telling you.
Clean. Clean and refresh, and you find out very soothing as well.
It is.
It creates a very soothing environment where you just feel calm. So yay for we plants.
And this morning we want to start with our tips because you guys usually by the time we get to the second hour we're unable to give you our tips. So we'll start with the tips today.
Exactly.
And we want to read actually a summary from the prodigal son in the Bible. I think everyone knows the prodigal son, right?
Yeah.
This is like a direct example of what we mean by first time away from parents, living away from parents, making the choice that you want to be independent. And the parable of the prodigal son is very, very significant in the Bible, especially for those of us that are Christians, and making the choice to live with your father and without your father. Basically, that's what the prodigal son is about, living with God and living without God. That's
Okay.
generally what it's about. So I won't read the entire parable because it's very, very long. But I'll read the summary of the prodigal itself. And the summary of the prodigal says, a father has two sons. His younger son asks for his share of money,
Right.
then leaves town and squanders all the money, becoming a destitute. He decides he would be better off being one of his father's servants, so decides to return home, apologizes to his father and asks for a job. When the father sees him arriving home, he calls for a celebration that angers the older brother who has been faithful to his father all along. The father consoles the older son. He has always loved him. Everything the father has is his, but they must celebrate that the lost child has been found.
Right.
So that's what happened in the story. So the younger one said, give me all my wealth, give me all my own share.
Me, I want go.
I want to go. So he went and he was living life, having the best time of his life until all the money ran out. And he even reached to the point where he was even eating with the animals.
Yeah.
Like random farms and all these places. He was even eating what pigs were eating, which is basically just rubbish. He was narrowed down to that point, and he thought, you know what? Let me just swallow my pride and go back. And the best thing I can do for myself is just ask to, even if I can just be a servant in my father's house, it's better than where I am now, where I've taken myself.
Right.
And so he decides to come back home, and his father welcomes him. And his older brother's like, what the hell? Like, dude, I've been here. I've been like obedient. I've been listening to you.
I've paid every attention.
Yes, I've
never
done everything
disobeyed
right.
you.
Yes, and then this small one decides to leave, take everything, squander everything.
And he
comes
did it
back.
in a very disrespectful manner. Like,
Yes.
I'm entitled to this, so give it to me, and
Exactly.
I'm going.
Yeah. And then he comes back, and all of a sudden, you welcome him with open arms. You even
Right.
created an entire dinner for him. How can you do that? The son was upset, the older son. But what the father was saying was, I thought I had lost my son,
Right.
and now I'm happy that my son returned. And that's why I'm celebrating the fact that he has returned. If you want to read the parable, by the way, it's in Luke 15:11 to 32.
Right.
Luke 15:11 to 32. And you get to read the thorough message of what the parable son is really about. But there are three messages in the prodigal son. And just before, when we're on a music break, we listened to a song by Pastor Pete called The Prodigal Son, and it was based on this parable that he wrote that song. And the three lessons that are projected inside this parable is, number one, that you should look inside.
Okay.
Your identity, who are you?
Okay.
Where do you belong? It's very, very important.
Very.
And then the second thing is, know that he's waiting for you with open arms. He's waiting for you with open arms.
Right.
That's how God is. Many times we fall short, we sin, but he's always there,
Right.
waiting for us. And the third thing is, it's only about you and God. That last part of the father saying that I'm happy that my lost child came.
Came back.
Yeah, so that child will feel like, wow, like I feel connected to my father. It feels like it's just me and him.
Right.
And with God, it really is just you and God. So if you feel like, oh, I'm too much of a sinner, I'm not able to go back to God, I can't go back to God, he won't take me. He's never like that.
No.
And God, the way how God made us, he gave us free will.
Right.
The free will to choose what you want to do, right?
Right.
And we make our own choices. And sometimes when we make our choices, we realize that that was not a good
That
idea.
was like,
That was not a good idea. And he's okay.
I definitely need to go back and ask for his direction.
Yes, and he's okay with that. I mean, you've reasoned out and you've now realized that, okay, yes, that decision was wrong. And the fact that you come back to him with and he's receiving you with open arms just tells you that, he's always willing to listen to you. Now, the reality part of it happens in real life.
Of course. All
So
the time.
I've told you now the story of a prodigal son in the Bible, which teaches you some of these things that we do experience in life. And now the reality of it is, this does happen.
Yeah.
You have children in houses, you have those that are very obedient. Whatever the parent says, they'll do it. Chores, they'll do it, everything. And they expect that, if they were to pass off or if something good was supposed to come, they'll be the first in line
Right.
to receive it. And then you always get that one. That one girl picky when they listen. There's always one.
No matter what,
There's always one.
That person can always do it in you want for.
Yeah, and then the rest of the children are like, how come he gets to do whatever he wants to do and you don't do anything about it? This is the aspect of why they don't, because you have so much love for the child,
Right.
that even if they're doing wrong, yes, you're going to correct them. You will. But you can't show hatred to them either, because it will drive them away. No. And our topic for today is first time away from your parents, first time living away from your parents. You can call us on 088-971-971 to be part of the discussion. You can call us on normal call, on WhatsApp call, send us a WhatsApp message, Facebook message. We're on live right now on Facebook. You can just go under the comment section and leave your own comments and your own experience first time living away from your parents. And what we want to know is, what are some of the learning curve that you've been through? And what was your first expectation when you were going to leave? Was it on a good note? Was it on a bad note? We want to know, because we've explained, right? That some people leave on a good note, like, nope, I want freedom, and your parents are fine with that. And then others, you're driven out of your house because you have done something. It was part of punishment, and then you had to just be bold. You had to take that responsibility. You had to just
be I want to do this on my own. For me, I don't think I have any personal experience in terms of living entirely on my own, because that has not been a reality. But I live with my sisters and my mom. Okay. I still do. I still live with my sisters and my mom at home. But I shoulder some of the responsibilities, and it's weird to see myself as an adult in the house and be like, oh, we need to buy this stuff. Oh, Kamari, we need to buy this. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I'm asking. I remember a few years ago, I was the one asking, but now they are asking me. But it's like the transition is something that it's crazy, to make your peace with. And it's similar to living by yourself, because back then I had no idea what it meant to, what it meant. Like every month you have people depending on you for certain things, like, oh, you buy food stuff for the house, there's electricity bill, there's gas bill, you have to buy coal, you have to this, you have to this, that, like soap for wax, paste, and this. Yeah, you realize that all these things cost money. Yeah. But back then it's like everything was being taken care of. So now you just feel like they're just coming out of the sky and for them. And so now I'm very particular about how I spend my money. Yeah. And when months are done and I go through all this budgeting and I realize, oh my God, this is what my parents were going through. This is really difficult. Why is paste so expensive? And getting a good one, because I don't make emotes this small. Yes. Why is it so expensive? Soap for wax. Oh my God, why is it so expensive? And you realize that if you're not using it by yourself, you're using it with a lot of people. There's a lot that you have to buy, and that costs a lot of money. Yeah. And then you look at rent.
Especially nowadays, it's getting ridiculous now, because now we're in dollars. They don't even call Leons anymore. Now it's in dollars.
Yeah, 3 rooms and parlor. The list you can get out for $20,000. I'm like, I don't earn in dollars. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? We don't earn in dollars. Why are you charging us in dollars? But you look at furnitures, chair. I mean, recently we moved to our own house, thankfully, and we had to get a chair, and we went to Kisi Road and all this places on the south, and then we were asking, and the least they could say was 4 million. But I'm like, oh my God, not chair, just want to sit down. Wasn't anything we want to do, like we just want to sit down. And it's so expensive, and now you have to think about wardrobe and bed, and beddings, window curtains, like decorations. Like you go through all this and you realize by the time you're done, you don't spend a lot of money that you don't even have. Exactly. And you realize that being an adult is a scam. It's a scam.
You're going back to your manual, eh?
Yeah, I need to go back to the manual. Somebody should have told me that being an adult is a scam. It is not fun. It's basically responsibility. Have fun, responsibility. So it's always so crazy, but it is an interesting thing, though. You realize you have so much freedom. You get to exercise your free will. You get to decide what kind of life you want to live, how you want to live it, and you get to be there for your parents because, few years back they were there for you, and now you are being there for them. Yes. But that's my experience.
That's your experience.
You want to share yours?
Well, yeah, I think I had to be independent from age 16, I would say. Okay. Because of my transition from Sierra Leone to another country. Okay. And I went with my father, but my mother was here. And I grew up with my mother. I was more dependent on my mother. So when I went over there, just like everybody else, when I was younger, because I went there when I was much younger. Okay. When I was younger, I always wish, I can't wait till I'm 18 so I can do this. I can live anyhow, talk anyhow, whatever. And then the first time I actually had to move away from home was when I chose my university. And my university was far away from home. And I made that specific decision because I really wanted to know what it felt like to live on my own.
Okay.
Can I actually do it or can I not? So my test case was my university. So the lodging that they had there, I took one
Right.
and ensured that I worked and I paid for the rent. And then I realized that, you know what, I think I can be independent. I think I'm good at this thing.
Right.
Like, just like you start budgeting, you start writing things down. Like,
Right.
I make this amount of money, I have to pay rent, I have to do this, I have to do that. Then I have to look after myself. I have to feel good. I have to buy maybe like one nice top or one nice jeans.
Exactly.
Yeah. So for me, independence, I found it fun. And growing up, I wasn't too dependent on my parents in the first place.
Okay.
So I find I'm a lot easier than most people
Okay.
go find. And even till this day, I mean, I'm a very independent person. I need depend on nobody.
Yeah.
Anything I want, I dey get them for myself.
No, independence. Being independent is really, really good.
Yes.
You have it's liberating.
It is liberating.
You get to wake up and be like, yeah, I want this thing today.
Mm-hmm.
And you take your money and you buy it. Like, you don't
Exactly.
have to ask anybody for it. I mean, that's true. Like, that's what I enjoy
Yes.
about being independent. That's why it's very important to me that I continue earning my own money.
Yes.
And financial security, financial independence.
It's very
trust
important.
Me. Oh my God, that is. I think
Sometimes it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like you they say, like you they think about all the different things and like, oh my days,
Yeah.
like how do I even sort this out? How do I make sure everything fits all in the 1 month? And
Right.
sometimes some months like you're already indebted before the
the
next
money money come and be like, me I to also myself. No, I go pay myself back. And then realize you're not even paying yourself.
I'm telling you.
You're just a cut and put here.
Yes.
But it's liberating though. It's
It
fun. It's fun. I think everybody should aspire to be financially independent. That's a great thing.
Indeed. Don't
yeah.
forget you're listening to Radio Fry 97.1 FM this morning with me, Brigitte Dalton Sese.
And Sarah Kamara.
And this is the Breakfast Mix where we talk about everyday reality. Call we on 088-971-971. We don't give you short introduction into the topic we'll talk about today. When our first time away from parents, where you make that choice, or now by force you end up for left you parents. Tell we the circumstance, if now drive you or now you make the decision, and what you don't learn from being away from you parents. If you they teach somebody where young past you, waiting at the tips that way you go give, waiting at the advice where you go give. We don't read the prodigal son from the Bible for explain small. What it mean for get a loving parent where it no matter whose choice we make, where you come back, they accept you for who you are. Sometimes and they we parents are knocking that understanding, not always.
I think we go very first caller.
Oh, we have a caller.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and also the call from, please.
They call from Kono.
From
Kono.
Kono.
Yeah.
Isn't that your name?
I mean Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like your
the
contribution to the program this morning.
Yeah, the program is very, very, very interesting, you know. And most especially the gospel songs them we in the play, you know. But me use small waiting now for ad. I don't know why me gonna call gonna give them name the fry. It sounds funny now. Some people is I don't know.
Sure.
Most especially I believe that it's like Christian radio station. You know. So now that's my new contribution.
Okay. Thank you, Emmanuel, for calling us all the way from Kono. Thank you for your contribution, and let answer your question really, really quickly. If today not the first way they listen to Radio Fry. So the reason why we call them Fry, because Fry available to anybody, anywhere, anytime in Sierra Leone. You know, get no social status. You can be rich, you can be poor. You get access to Fry.
Right.
And Fry are the one place where person they judge you, where you they mix you food. You
Right.
understand? Like you they able put binge, you put spaghetti, you put sausage, you put egg, all inside one place,
And you eat them.
and you eat it. Nobody they judge you.
They enjoy you.
I they tell you. But if you go put them on normal place, then go say, what's kind of eat the way they eat?
Right.
You understand? So for we Fry, we come for share the word. And we also want the information we they give for let it be accessible to everybody anytime. So the radio station are for all man. And we want teach people then say, for judge. Now the main aspects of Fry. You for learn for day with one another without judging. Just because you see person, not mean say you for automatically begin for say things about the person. No. First now for understand the person, talk to the person, understand, listen to the person. So now make we slogan now, you talk, we listen, because we want to hear from you. Nina part of the lesson for show empathy.
Right.
Where they able to listen to other person, they able empathize with them, and then they able understand them, and then that way you know they able judge them like so quickly.
Right.
And even if you want to judge somebody, ask yourself first, if this person they go through this or this person they say this, what's in me they able do for help? Not judge. What's in me they able do for help? Now you for ask yourself. Because most of the time when they judge people, this not so they this not so you can talk, this not so they behave because now this not don't happen. And we want to change that rhetoric. They say no, if you they see something they go wrong, go talk to the person, listen to the person, then understand the person, and then say, what are they able to do for help this person right now? So now Dandy Friday about we're a non-judgmental radio station. We want to listen to everybody in your own opinion, as long as you are not rude, you are morally okay, like way they speak, you they come from the place of morality. You know what's in wrong, what's in right, and you they do it with good intention. We're willing for listen to you.
Right.
And this is just a reminder. This is now Radio Fry 97.1 FM. You can call us on 088-971-971 to be part of the topic. The topic is not Fry. The topic is first time living without your parents. So please call us. Want to hear your contribution for part of the show. The first time we left us. The first time where you parents and tell you say, this you for left the host today. And we want to know what you be they think, what you go through, what you don't learn now, where you don't mature. If you been get young person or you get young person right now, where you want to teach them the ways of maturity, how you attain maturity, what are some of the tips, guidance, advices that where you go give that young person there. Now that's the topic day about today. So feel free for call we. You can call we on normal call. You can call we on WhatsApp. You can send text message. You can send WhatsApp message. We're there on live right now, so you can send message on Facebook. You can write your comments under the video. We're willing for receive any of the messages that you're sending. We do have messages from one person right now on Facebook. His name is Yusuf Mosire Suma. He says, good morning, guys. And he says the topic needs to be clearly explained, please. Are you saying when someone loses his or her parents as a result of death, or even when they're alive, or both? And then after we've explained, he said, okay, now the topic is clearly understood. So now he understands. So we hope say all man don't able understand the topic now. That first time we left us, for most people now, when they go university, the second and 10 week can happen most of the time now, where you cannot misbehave as young one.
I think the most prominent one as well can be when you get married.
Oh yes, when you get
I think
married.
that's a normal one that is very common here.
Okay.
Because no matter how old you are, here you're expected to live with your parent.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the criteria as well, especially as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're living by yourself, there's this certain connotation that goes with that, like, these man they come like you're free.
Yeah.
You understand? But I think everybody expects you for live with your parents until you are married, and then you leave, and then you go start for live with your husband or your wife, and you build a life together. So if that's your own story, you can as well call we and tell we, because there are people that might be getting ready to get married, and they're very conflicted about what are the things that they should expect, and sometimes those expectations can be overwhelming when they get for experience them at first, and navigating through those feelings can be very difficult for some people. So exactly like how Brigitte said earlier, that's what Fry is really, really about, making sure that everybody is heard, everybody get a platform for tell we waiting them feel. And right now, we just want you for be part of this topic this morning, because hey, myself one for no, I never know. I'm still living with my mom and sisters, and I'm contemplating the idea of living by myself, and I might need some tip. Of course, I need some tips. So you can call me on 088-971-971. Message we on WhatsApp or text message, and you can call me on WhatsApp, Steph, or send me a message on Facebook as well. We there, so we'll go for a music break, and then we come back where we'll continue for the Go Promote, and of course we go take your calls and messages. So stay tuned.
You talk, we listen on Fry Radio.
where you feel frustrated and you tend to go into a depressive state,
Yeah.
which we don't want to. So you don't necessarily mean for me for saying we get best friend once and go, but you need to get like a small group of people that say you can hang out with, do things with your coworker, be nice to them, hang out, play.
Yeah.
These are very, very important things because hey, we all do need somebody. And one key important thing as well we for notice, establish your own daily rhythm and routines.
Yeah. Because so what you did now, you parenting us, then get your own routine, right? You get for wake certain time, get devotion, do the chores before you left us.
Right.
But we don't kind of your own place now. First of all, for wake no problem.
Because
really need to
nobody
set
that
the
they come now
boundaries.
you for cancer, you say
Now for
grab where
gap.
you go. And especially when you're I think I struggled with that as well when I started having a job.
Okay.
Waking up because me not possibly wake up till 11.
Wow.
So my first day going for work and I had to wake up at 5 and I watched the time like, do I really need this job? Do
Yes, I do.
Do I really need this job? And then I remember saying, oh yes. If I go, I get money.
Yeah.
And I grab, I go. But establishing a routine was really, really, really difficult for me. I struggled with that. And I think it was 6 months into me having a job, that's when I
Got
fall
used to it.
into my routine. I know
Yes.
say when I wake up, I put water and then I come, I go pray. After I don't pray, I wash. After I don't wash, I dress. After I don't dress, I make sure say I make tea or anything for make I drink. Man, come on, also I don't eat
Empty one,
anything.
yes.
And I'm like get out of the house and I what the hell I do and I go walk after I come walk I come. I don't say where I come and if I take off my shoe, do this before bedtime. So I had to like plan that. But first wait see I can go. I come as I reach. I just go lay down a bed. I sleep first. I'm like, oh my god, I need to recover myself. But by the time I don't clear, I'm like, can time please just slow down? But it's very important for creating your own routine because they help you for properly manage time because that's one thing where very difficult for manage as an adult. Time management. You realize that 24 hours not can even be enough.
I'm telling
so
you.
you have to make it be enough and make sure so you include things in as well where you go enjoy for do because it's not just about work. You need to get time for some recreative activities, hanging out, if not prayer yourself, make time for church, make time for, friends, make time for family. Say Sunday, I go back, I go visit in a home. Spend time with your sisters. Not because you don't left in a house means say you don't left one time and you go there only. It's still very important that once a week or twice a week you go back, go sit down with your parents, them sit down, talk, have some fun time. These are all things that will continue for groom you and make you a grounded individual. And you want to help me with some of the ways. Okay, I think one key important thing as well, which can be very overwhelming when you move out by yourself, is but make sure say you always think positive thoughts.
Yep.
So if you are wondering about how to cope with moving away from family and friends, few things keep loneliness in check, like the power of positive thinking.
Yep.
Instead of wondering why you moved, look at this experience as a way to become more independent and self-confident.
Yep.
Think of getting to know your new city or new community as an exciting adventure and a way to make new, long-lasting friendship.
Yeah.
Not indulge in it. It's like it's a new chapter. Trust me, change is not easy.
It really isn't.
Change is very, very scary. And like I said earlier, make sure say you stay connected to your loved ones.
Yeah.
Make it a point of duty to call home in another excellent rhythm to get into. Like I said earlier, call, visit, spend time together. Just because you don't left no mean say, it don't done for me, and stuff like that. So I think those are the key important things that you need for keep in mind when you're moving out as well. Do you have any tips that you need to add to that?
I do have tips, but
Of
we
course.
want let them call. We're gonna talk, no worry. But this now Radio Fry 97.1 FM. You can call and be part of the conversation on 088-971-971. We did live on Facebook. You just need for type Radio Fry. You did see we. You can send you comments under the video or as a message in Messenger. You can text we, WhatsApp we, call we pan WhatsApp as well. With the answer you call, we get boku adults in a salon. And I know say when they hearing me, the first step where you decide for left us or way forcefully then drive you coming at us or where you get married, you get for left the us and left you parents. And that first time, what you mean they feel how you plan yourself, especially the man them.
Right.
Because the man then at the 10 way, then they decide now for get married. Now that 10 day, the maturity really need for kicking. Because not to you one grade they can't take care of. You get to look after person picking. Your wife. Now person picking on your wife. And you get to think like, oh my days, how do I provide for both of us? Make sure say we get us, we get things that are us for eat. Are they able to get small money? Sorry. Are they able to get small money for let look after himself, for let look after me? Man, there, I know. We know.
It's scary.
It's not easy.
Wow.
Now make the other they will be the talk about crush, proposal. Some of the man them be they say.
They go traditional way.
Yeah, they go the traditional way because the money boku. So they don't mind for go the traditional way. So now some of the ideas and they want hear where the first time we left you us. What do you be the think? And where you don't left you us now, maturity don't kick in now. What are some of the life lessons that we don't learn? Me, for example, one of the life lessons where I don't learn as an adult is that where you make us not for you one.
No.
Because people that must kind of us for can't stay or you do look after certain people. And you know when they grow up, we can see people that then the kind side we host them, and most of the time we tell with parents that why this person can't and sleep now we host, why them for can't stay now we space.
I used to hate that.
Yes, but where I don't mature now, I don't see saying you know what you not even get any way for go around that day. There's no way. Because person must come to you for ask for help, or they must come and say, oh, I just stay with you now for small bits. So part of creating a home is knowing that not for you one, now for everybody else. Because really, if you create a real home, it attracts people that for really can spend time with you, or then just like the space. Sometimes they like the quietness, or they like how you don't set up the house, or they like the food. They like the meal the meal plan for the week.
Yes. And you get the kids that are always in your living room thinking it's a playground.
Yes.
That's something that you need to make peace with. That's something
exactly.
You need to make
Just
peace with.
give up.
Just give up and be like, I go sweep with and go. I go whip with and go, because there's nothing. But because it just shows the kind of person that you are.
Yeah.
You know, it shows that you attract people, and that's a good trait. That's a good trait, because also everybody owes people them to go.
No.
Also everybody owes speaking to go say, ma go play.
Yes.
You understand? But if you find yourself in that situation, I tell you realize say, this is what my parents were talking about. For me, I would always the one body. This it's go do. And I'm just scope on the cook. Like, would I be able? But at the final, I say I'll eat and I'll at the full. But I'm still worried. Like, why are they coming? That means I will not eat. But now as an adult, I'd be like, I get it. I get it. That it doesn't matter like whether you want it or not. These are things that just happen, and you have to make peace with it.
Indeed.
I think for me, my lesson about being an adult is learning that taking care of people can be fun.
Yeah. It can be.
It can be fun.
For me, it's fulfilling. I find happiness in it.
Yes. Knowing that I can, somebody depend on me, and they know that no matter what, you can be able to fulfill that, do this thing for me, and are able for them in that position, for able to do that for that person. I find that really fulfilling. It makes me feel there's this calmness I experience once I and do that, and I'm just like, I want to do more of this. I really like it, even though adulthood not scam. I'm being honest. But
she's always saying that, by the way.
It's a scam.
It say how God for don't get a manual for into adulthood.
Yes.
So that you go to turn the page and say, so then this I for expect. But they don't get a manual.
Then just let free go discover. But the discovery has been fun.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people, get their own 1, 2, 3 that then can say, oh, this is what I learned, this is what I was expecting, this is how it turned out, but this is what I enjoy about it. So if you're that person, the number is 088-971-971. We're live as well on Facebook, so you can join me in the comment section and put your contribution there. You can send a message on Messenger as well. And don't forget, say you can also call me on WhatsApp or send me a direct message. And of course, say we go read them. Now me and you invoice. They get yourself say, You talk. We listen.
Indeed.
So make sure say you call we. We'll go for a music break, and when we come back, we'll continue the Rob Mods.
This is the Breakfast Mix on Radio Fry 97.1 FM.
You know what listeners like about our station? It's everything. Radio Fry.
First time away from parents. I have a message from Facebook that says, getting the very best from the breakfast mix, keep soaring. And Moses Amara, and he also says, Fry SL, number one radio, getting the utmost best of broadcasting in Sierra Leone. And our topic is first time away from your parents, and we want everyone to join and be part of the show and give us their own experiences. We have some text messages as well, right?
Yeah, we have
some contribution.
Yeah. And this one says, thank you, moderators. Good morning. I am so happy for this topic today. I left my father's house on the 17th day of July 2017 on a Sunday, the day I'll never forget in my life. But the thing is, my friend instigated me to leave my home. When I was leaving, my mom shed tears for me, but I was not normal at that time because I was on drugs. So I don't know what I was doing. For 4 years, I was in the street suffering. I came back home on the 22nd day of December 2020. When I arrived, all my family were happy and my mother cried again, thanking God Almighty. So from then, I have no friend again. From then, I'll have no friend again till I die. David Sa Betu in Benghazi, Akwedu City. Kono says that message.
Wow, thank you so much for sending that message. But a point of like positivity and hope for the future, you shouldn't say you shouldn't have any more friends.
No.
You should have friends. You just need to choose more wisely. Other you paddy than what you get for choose. Because they can say, show me you paddy them, they will tell me who that you be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, so you just need to make wise choice for choose the right kind of paddy.
Okay. And we have a message here, another message that was where we say, I want to have fry for breakfast. Live and direct from the classic Fry breakfast mix show from promoter Schofield. Okay, promoter Schofield, thank you. But you can go get your fry because fry gets this morning.
I did tell you every morning they eat fry before they come on air.
Yeah. So just for reconnect with waiting with the candle now. So we need the fry. So you said you can go get your own with your cup of tea, or you just sit down coffee,
hot chocolate, cocoa. Exactly. What are they called cocoa?
Or apple cider.
Wow.
Just for Sanam Godon. And of course, just sit back and enjoy the show because, hey, like we say, we're there every Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. You have any messages?
Yes, well, not messages. I get some tips, and as I read the tips, them because some of them are questions that we can all ask.
Right.
One that you call we on 088-971-971 for be part of the conversation. Tell we you own experience the first time where you get for left your parents. One question where most people then can ask is, in normal for once for go away from your parents them?
Yeah, it's very normal. You get to a certain point in time in your life where you feel like you need for live by yourself because you realize that as you grow, your needs then they grow as well.
Yes.
And sometimes there is a need for personal space where you always get a personal space, privacy, and all those things that we can get in your family home.
Yeah.
Let's say if you come from an extended family, sometimes like you live 2 or 3 inside one room, and when you don't be, of course, you have people the way they come and you get party them, and sometimes they hang out with you, and can't say your sister come say or your brother come say, I want change and you have to come to the living room, and we kind of living room self. There's nothing like privacy for you and your party them for be themselves, for talk about, for have certain conversations. So at that point, they need to arise for say, okay, you know what? I think I need my own space at this point in time because I cannot continue like this.
Exactly.
So yes, it's very normal.
So it is very, very normal, and it's part of maturity and growth. And if you cling on to your parents, them, it means say even where they don't go, it go at for let you be independent because you so don't used to them and you so need them.
Yeah.
But if you take that first step for move towards maturity and growth, it's not bad as well. So someone can say, I'm scared for left me parents there. I'm afraid for that left. And he said it's normal because sometimes we can feel homesick.
Yeah.
Or that thing where you talk about loneliness, sometimes stress or anxiety, all that common feeling where we all can feel when it comes to independence. And really you just need for feel confident that you take new chapter, and you need for take the new chapter because now part of human, it's part of growing up, it's part of maturity. Then some people can ask, is it okay for I move away from my parents the way now like elderly parents? Because not all man get young parents like me. I don't get young parents. My papa is very, very old. But he old but he not old, if that makes sense. He
Yeah, makes
age big but not very robust person.
Okay.
And so man can afraid like if I left me elderly parents, Uda they can't take care of them now, Uda will support them. And the advice wouldn't they give is that if you elderly parents they're able to take care of themselves, then it's possible for let you move away.
Right.
And if you do move away and sometimes you not the one green picking where then get, you see there's also possibility that it's necessary for let you come back, for let you continue for take care of them, or you draw them close to usa you day.
Right.
So like if you dey go university or for whatever reason you need for move on a walk, but you really need for take care of your parents, then you really need for work, then they say easier if you move, if you now all move to the same area so that you're able still live that independent life. And some man say I feel guilty. I feel guilty if I move away from my family.
I think that's something I'm experiencing right now because I'm thinking about it and I'm telling myself, at the end of 2022, I am moving out. And I just feel guilty. I'm thinking about, okay, who would do these things? Who would say these things? Like how would my mom feel? How would my sisters feel? How would they take it? Would they see as I'm cutting myself up from the family, but I think that those are normal reaction because change can, trigger all those things in our head, but it's actually normal. I don't think Selen will feel bad because either way, eventually you get to move out.
Yeah.
So why not do it and just deal with all those emotions? I know like 1 or 2, 3 years away from where you don't move out, you'll be like, I made the right decision. Yeah,
definitely.
So even if you're scared right now,
or you feel guilty, you don't need to feel guilty.
just go ahead and do it.
Yeah, it's maturity.
It is.
We did BIU. Yusuf Mosiri must say very interesting topic. Living without your parents is very risky sometimes. More so when you're used to when you've used to doing things with direction and monitoring system from your parents, but without them, one's will be in a state of dilemma or fence, don't know what to do. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Because you are, like we said, you are used to your parents' routine. You're used to them waking you up. You're used to them providing for you. You're used to them giving you advice.
Right.
But you really have to reach that stage where you have to make decisions for yourself. Like, what job do I get? Who do I work with? What should I eat today? Because most of the time you're used to your parents making that decision. And as an adult, as part of maturity and growth, it is very, very difficult. And he continues to say self-affordability is really hard this time of our days. It was hard from donkey's years.
It has
Never
always
been
been
easy.
hard.
I mean, we told you about the prodigal son, right?
Right.
He took all his riches and squandered it. And
then
he
come back.
He ended up living with pigs. So it's been tough. It's been hard all this time.
Yeah.
And it says in SL, you see a man or woman in his or her 30s or 40s still living with their parents, even if they can afford for themselves. I think part of that is like saving money, right?
Right.
Kamarabi explains, says, so man, now where they're married now, and then they decide, say, okay, let's go do this independent thing. And it's part of saving money.
Yes.
And also it's part of culture and tradition.
Yes.
If you see person still, then I'm parents that owes 30 to 40 now because of culture.
Yeah.
For saying now when you married and that thing they left you parents them. But
But
contemporary lifestyle not to say that.
Yeah, you check those 40, 50, 30 years old, they're basically the breadwinners of the family.
Yeah, they are within that home.
But they're still living at home with their mom and their
Yeah.
dad. But it doesn't take away from their responsibility of them being an adult.
Yeah.
I can remember my sister get married, and then she got married, and then just 2 weeks into the wedding, we go now, Emmanuel was like, you say I come one Friday, and you're like, I come for the weekend, and this weekend extend for 2 or 3 weeks, and I was like, you need to go back. You say, no one to get me now. I'm like, you're not living here anymore. Like you need to go. She's like, no. I'm like, all in them, like a person they go. Basically, if you say Imagine those go sleep out, so if you just go sleep out, then he say
they come back the weekend.
I'm like, you literally need to take your stuff and go. She's like, not to get me. And I'm like, yeah, that's the whole point of getting married. When you get married, you go to your husband's house. She's like, my man may complain. So
why you for complain?
She took 1 year, 6 months before she actually moved out.
She found it difficult.
It was so difficult for her. And then the last day when he come, Ekamfo can't take in. I think it was shoes that she left, and then this girl came back with a small bag with clothes them, and she spent another 2 weeks, 2 weeks before he finally decided to go. And I'm like, wow. But looking at that, I feel like that's something I'll definitely do.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I would. It would be difficult.
I'm very independent, so I don't do stuff like that. She's complete opposite from me.
She's complete opposite.
I have another comment from bloggers Leozi. He says, as for me, since I was 6 years old when I lost my parents, so I don't enjoy parents' love. But it's really hard, man. Before we actually started the show, we started discussing with each other. And we said, for some people, because life not rosy for all, man.
No.
And for some people, parents... We get to talk about the terminology parenting in the first place, because you get some people that were not able born, but then they look after picking them.
Right.
Then you get you biological parents, the one that will give birth to you. So we want to say sorry for where you lost you biological parents, but we sure say you been get somebody, no matter who that the person be, whether not been cousin, auntie, uncle, whoever, we say I they take care of this person.
Right.
Then I they consider as you parents, because then they show you love, then they feed you, then they take care of you, then they show concern for you. Nine all the parts of parenting, and I want you understand, say that person will take care of you where you biological parents are not being there. Nine are you parents as well.
Right.
And they remember the one that we don't lost, but you for also show gratefulness to the one that will take care of you. And so man then get for become independent from a very, very young age.
Yeah, some people didn't have a choice.
Yes, some people now, like from age 12, 13, you get for really defend for yourself. They think about yourself. It's not easy, but we want to hear your story, how you take care of yourself. That moment where you know, say, this world na me one grain,
Na me oh.
I get for fend for myself. And how you do
Right.
And if you get somebody where young past you and they go through the same thing, because that story, not to one grain person get that story there. We boku na this world, we get that story there.
Right.
Not to just Salon, not to just Africa, not to just Europe, not everywhere.
Everybody.
Everywhere. So if you feel saying that just Salon, people then they go through life, they not get parents, biological parents. No. You get one societies and communities all around the world where down there they happen, just that their own system they able protect them kind of picking and they
Right.
and some of them, yes, then still they go through trauma. Then through they still they go through like abuse and other things, and the system they try for protect them.
Right.
So we can see all of that they happen, and we know say all man in life not rosy the same way, but one learn from that. So if my own situation are the same as Leozi, what I for do? How I for survive if I not get me biological parents then with me? Uda na me carer, uda na me guidance, the person where they take care of me.
Right.
Because sometimes some people they're not able get picking, but then still they look after boku picking them because of the love we then get. Yusuf also says, well, it tell we say goodbye in Get for Go lecture, and it say lastly add up boku na salon. Not to all man gets mine for left. For leave alone. Do you have a substation in McKinney? No, we don't have a substation. Our main studio is in Freetown, and add up Iboku outside, not so just alone. Things are very, very, very difficult. Amara Moses say at times leaving your parents, which happens to be a comfort zone, makes lots of sense because there are vital independent things you learn leaving your parents. You grow and qualify by experience. Yeah. Because one day you become a parent
As well. And
what do you do?
So you go already go and get the handbook for young picking them for tell them say this and this and this and this is what you need to know before moving out. So you go be like the best teacher, but how would you know if you never experienced that or you never went through that?
Exactly.
And experience are always the best teacher. So
It is.
I feel like that
There are good experiences and
the
bad
experience.
Yeah. It's
It all
still an
shapes you.
experience. Yeah, it really does.
It really does.
If you want to be part of the conversation, you can call us on 088-971-971 to give your own contribution about the first time you had to leave your parents' house. You had to make that decision to leave your parents' house for whatever circumstance it was. Would love to hear your story. You can call us on WhatsApp as well on the same number, 088-971-971. You can text us, you can WhatsApp us, you can even send us a message on Facebook, and we will read all of your messages and your contribution. Sheka Cabo says, Fry Radio is another level. This topic is magical.
Jing, jing.
Thank you so much, Sheka Carbo, for that comment.
But that's why we're here. We talk about everyday realities.
Yeah,
It's not
things that
something
really
that's
matter.
foreign.
Exactly.
Things that, we all go through every single day. We all do experience them one way or the other. There is a certain point in time, whether you want them willingly or unwillingly, you are going to live by yourself. And I think we get a caller here. We want for sharing experience with we.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning. What's the program? I've been listening this morning.
Radio Fry. The topic now, first away left your parents
Hello?
in us. Yeah, the station are Radio Fry 97.1.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your
So, what's
contribution.
the discussion this morning?
The discussion are the first away left your parents in us. For tell we what I
Or the
experienced today.
discussion that the OT gets from your parents?
The first away left you parents in us.
I didn't want to take by Pendable, but the network they disturb me and they get it clear.
Now the first way you decide for left you parents in us, for let you gain independence.
I don't think we'll get to that clear fine. All up the phone off, they can't call back.
Okay.
I didn't have to like Pendable are they so.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling.
Distance.
Okay.
I know, right?
Yeah, by Kalangba, that is so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we they get now very loud and clear.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
Yes,
now for
thank you very much, yeah.
okay, well, we'll go try for explain back waiting with it so you can make a valuable
Okay,
contribution.
fine. Yeah, thank you, Baya.
Okay. Thank you very much for call.
I think say you for talk. This me Creole while they talk. I don't think say they understand me. Oh.
Okay, so in case you just join me and don't know what the discussions there about this morning, well, for this month of January, we're actually the focus on first-time experiences. But we get another caller, so let me take that before I give the explanation. Good
Hello?
morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is not Leo Zitito.
Oh, good morning, Leozi.
Yeah, so everything.
Fine, thank you. What's in your own
Now,
contribution?
thank you for the good work anyway.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Well, I just maybe send a message we say from 6 years and it's also like it's hard for me without the family like more you moment papa. And nobody know the way go ever show you that love way like where you mama and papa go say you.
had to leave your parents' house. You had to make that decision.
It's really hard.
Right.
It's really difficult anyway because you get some people over there even 30 years they don't know their mama and papa. So
Yes, indeed, Leozi. It is very, very difficult. And your own story is that you had to gain independence from a very early age. We really, really understand that all man in story different. Not to all man getting biological parents or guardian and or whoever where they take care of until he 20, 30 or till he married. So man now from young age he get for going to the streets. They look out for himself, sometimes mingle with the wrong people them. But through experience, you don't learn how to be independent actually. You don't learn say, okay, I know for mix with this kind of people them, I for mix with this kind of people them. So your own story actually very, very important because it teach the one day way they gain experience from a young age, waiting at some of the experiences them where they go face or waiting at some of the things then where they go see. So thank you for what you call blogger Leozi and your contribution to the show.
Okay, so a breakdown of the topic who they talk about this morning.
This me fake Creole while they talk.
I think me, but me manageable, so it's better. We topic for this morning now. First time where you dey live without your parents. You know where you decide say me na big man now, me na big woman now. Well, right now I want go live by myself. And you left your mama and your papa in house and you go rent, or you don't build for yourself, so go live with you, by yourself. We want for know waiting at the thing them where you experience. Where you live by yourself, you can share them with we because other people themselves go they in the same position and they try to make that decision. They say, "Oh, Mister, I don't reach this stage where I want to go out and live and explore life of me on my own." But then they're afraid. Then say, "Man, I'm not waiting for expecto." But then say we learn from others. So if you don't go through them, you don't navigate, and right now you date in a point in time in your life where you can look back and say, "Well, I tell God, thank you." The number is 088-971-971. And for call we and make we know, let me continue for the months. Yes. I know I don't learn new Creole months. Then teach me that day yesterday. Vegeta noticed and she's like, oh yeah. I'm like, yes. Then teach me because when I heard it, my mind go other side. And the person was like, no. Robmot actually in Creole mean this is how the one that we get PhD in Creole they talk. So when they talk and they say, comes to the level we Robmot together. I mean, comes to the level we talk. but the team where we get similar interests with. But we talk normal, like extend, like we go say person say, let's have a conversation. So in Korea we say, come say we go more. So it's the same thing.
Well,
so.
I don't learn something. Although me on Creole level na MPSC. Now MPSC then they call her before Becker.
No. The middle Becker.
Okay, you did Becker.
The middle Becker. So I look they up the chain small. And once again, this is Radio Fry on 97.1, and this is the breakfast mix with me, Sarah Kamara,
and Brigitte Dalton to say.
And of course, we'll be done there from 9 a.m. this morning. Now we get few minutes more until 11 a.m. And don't forget to be there every Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And we engage in conversations about everyday reality. We want to go back for a short music break. This is not a short one, because we'll not get better. We're not get better time again. But when we come back, we will continue for talk. Make sure say you join me and EB your contribution. Like even join me yourself on Facebook and EB comment today. We go make sure say we read them. Or if you're not able to talk, you can send we also a text message live on on your number. We will be right back. Stay tuned. Stay fried.
This is the breakfast mix on Radio Fry 97.1 FM.
You know what listeners like about our station? It's everything. Radio Fry.
This is now Radio Fry on 97.1, the breakfast mix with me, Sarah Kamara, and
Brigitte Dalton to say.
And of course, we don't dare from 9 a.m. this morning. It's now 10. Oh my God.
It's now 10:53.
Oh my God. Like, we just have like 8 more minutes.
Literally, few minutes.
And it's goodbye time.
Yeah.
So a quick recap for Brigitte about what we don't discuss on the show today, and some of the tips that you need to take into consideration, because we topic today now the first time we either move out or leave without you parent.
Indeed. And we had the prodigal son,
right,
where we read from Luke, and that was a very important key story, because sometimes it happens to all of us, and even in our Christian walk of life or our relationship with God, it can also happen that we run away far away, and then we decide, you know what, I need Jesus, I need God. All this running away is not working.
I cannot do this by myself.
Exactly.
I need direction. I need help. I need His grace, because without that, I am nothing.
Exactly. And that's why I like the last song that played, actually. Now you bing, bing.
Alonso.
Now you bing, bing.
Now you bing, bing.
I'm telling you, because sometimes the difficulties are, it's not easy. It's not easy. But during the show, we did have some tips from Camry, and she was telling us about how do you deal with moving away from your parents for the first time. And some of the tips that we give is, say, first, you for make sure say you feel like home.
Right.
Like how your parenting also feel comfortable. That's why you make you also comfortable. And if you buy half thing, including furniture, bed, and pillowcase, pillow, all those things, flower. Because today na house plant appreciation day.
Yeah.
And the importance for get house plants na you host. It help with you breathing. It's good for your health, actually.
Yeah.
So it say for buy the half thing, then for make sure say you host cozy, nice, and it say for explore you surrounding. For go out to your neighbors, them know who that you did live with around. Exactly. And then he say create your own small village. I did tell you. So you get for explore, meet different people then. So you get for, the scouts around. If then they exercise, go join them. If then they farm, go join them.
Yeah.
If then they go fishing, go join them. Anything within they do in that area that you for doing. Let all man know. Say you dey part of the community. Now that's they mean by create your own small village, your own set of people that way they deal with.
Right.
And then they say you for establish your own daily rhythms and routine, because where then are you parenting us, then get your own routine, and where you can where you can are your own us, you get for set your own routine.
Exactly.
And the beginning we all they struggle for wake safe, no problem. In the beginning, set alarm you they used to the time say okay na 6 o'clock I have to wake up, on a 5 o'clock I have to wake up. So routine very, very important. And camera be the expensive, where in gain small independence, you get for realize say, okay, I get for wake up this time, I get for pray this time,
Right.
I get for even if I left also, I get for at least drink something hot if I don't get time for eat. I kind of host this time, make sure say I clean, I do this, I do that. So now all them tips then they be the giwi. Then they say you get for think positively. No, they worry about, I don't left us now. I'm posting for it now. I'm posting for day now. If you continue for day in that mode, they help.
No.
So you need for day in positive mode that, you know what? I did take this as a positive move and I did work towards me independence, for be self-sufficient, for be confident, for spend money.
Good.
Spend the money.
Because trust me, when you dey move out, financial independence is very, very important.
Indeed. And then it say last but not least, you for always stay connected to your loved ones. So even though you don't move away, you don't go rent your own place, you don't go far away, or you sometimes you're still there nearby, but you for still stay connected to your family, for they call them, for the visits there, like in sister, for can weekend, it's all the it's all the eats where you be the dream of. Then you go back now,
You go back.
you go continue the struggle.
Yes.
It no matter. It's okay.
Wait, you feel like, I'm picking today, you come back now.
And they
It's
tell
okay,
you,
it's
even with
allowed.
man picking in the door, we Obayanda, England, America, when the time's hard, you don't go now your mama and us in fridge. you open plastic, you put the milk, you put all the way you want. You come on and do.
You go with some back because and they tell you gonna say milk there.
So
Because when I 1,000, you're gonna say 1,000 ask for gas. So,
exactly. So, times are difficult for everybody. It's a struggle for everybody. We all understand. Sometimes we can joke, we can laugh. But the seriousness is that it's part of maturity and growth. And you self, where you become a parent or where you get people that way you take care of, you get for teach them the same thing.
Yeah.
Where then self go to say, this us, I know one left for you go say, trust me back. I know we one left, but I manage left. You get for go fair your own. And even in nature, you they see them.
Yeah.
Even with animals, them.
Yeah.
You they see say where then they with them parents them or their mama. Eventually they need for flee. Leave the nest.
Go
Go away.
I think yesterday I watched National Geographic and they talk about lions and how protective they are of their cubs. And once they don't reach maturity age, now they made it together there. So when I go mow, don't tire. When I go do hunting for us, when I go create a young park, go create a young
I'm
community.
telling you.
So it's thing that way. Be say if you know how for animal, then you know how for we mortal man as well. So
Yeah.
eventually you want to get for come to that point there. Because if you don't move one way or the other, then eventually your parents are going to go away and your life like
What do you do? Yeah.
this is not that moment be like I need for take this responsibility. So it's better for start for prepare your mind already, get yourself in there mentally, and since we don't get yourself mentally, physically for do it not
Yeah.
can be so hard or seem impossible
Exactly.
for do.
Exactly. And we have a comment from Nasratu Bombalai Toure, and he says, for the freedom, but for taking the expenditure into consideration. Chai!
Yes.
Which means say easy. And you get comment also from somebody, a text message,
Oh yes, I get this is a WhatsApp message actually. He come out from promoter Schofield and he said living your parents' house for the first time is really not easy. That first time when monkey know the champ pepe. Now for no more they work, so bless up guys from promoter Schofield SL Finest. Now to being I say I go no say Gary one copy ask for buy.
I did tell you.
But if you don't do it, then there's no way you can able know how best you can able live on your own, because eventually you get to come down to you taking care of you. And as a man, tell me for come where you be say, of course you get for born.
Yeah.
You get forget you woman where
Yes.
they take care of. You get for woman, you forget picking. So the burden of you woman, you picking or picking them get for fall on you. So it's better you learn one time and be comfortable with it and knows that okay, this is something I have to do. So let me do it once and get comfortable with the idea and get comfortable with the process. So eventually when I get to that point where I want to take a wife, I want to have kids, it becomes easier.
Yeah.
And for a woman as well, yes, financial independence is very, very important. This is the
It is.
21st century.
It is.
So it's not just about maybe man get money, it's easier, but you still get some responsibility than what you did take. You still get for left you people them also. Just like my own sister struggle for it's like 1 year 6 months for left you also for what's happening, man. By the end of the day, she eventually did it and she's there now, she's comfortable now. Past Sunday we see her. I'm like, you're doing great. You're doing it's like, yes, I did it. But at something as such important to get for them, because once you start having kids, you want that kids to be with their dad and
Yes.
you want to have your own home,
Yeah.
your own traditions, your own culture that you want to, have imprinted into your in your child. So
Sure.
These are all things that we need to take into consideration. These are everyday realities.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
They therefore happen.
Indeed, and we have run out of time. It's 11 o'clock. In fact, it's 1 minute past the
9.
hour, and we have had a wonderful time. I'm sure you have as well. Now, very interesting topic, now very relevant topic,
Right.
and we're not going to discuss the kind of topic they are, but only on Radio Fry. Yes, we do here on Radio
97.
Fry. We
97.
have every conversation, all
Every.
types of conversation. There's no conversation that we're not going to have, but we do all of our show, it's a moral content, so no swearing, no cussing, nothing like that. It's a family show, so that we can have family discussions about everyday realities. I have been your host, Brigitte Dalton Sise,
And Sarah Kamara.
and we're here tomorrow 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. Stay tuned to Radio Fry because we will be doing a live running commentary and analysis for the AFCON game.
Yeah.
Sierra Leone, woohoo!
Sierra Leone, wishing her all the best. We're praying. Our fingers are crossed.
Yes, so join us again 1 p.m. till 3 p.m. here in the studios live. We'll be doing a running commentary and analysis of the AFCON game. Take care and stay blessed.
Bye-bye.
This is the Breakfast Mix on Radio Fry 97.1 FM.
You know what listeners like about our station? It's everything. Radio Fry Fry.